Welcome back to the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Eric Rodriguez here every Monday through Friday. Excuse me. At 8 p.m. Pacific time, 11 p.m. Eastern time, talking all things professional wrestling. So recently got done talking about our men's wrestling power rankings. So without further ado, we're going to talk about our women's. Having technical difficulties, tried getting the graphics up. I rebooted my computer. I've, done basically I really hope it's nothing too crazy. Hopefully there's just a glitch in my Wi-Fi. Spectrum. I'm just kidding. No. But anyways, so let's dig on into my number 10 is Stephanie Vacour. Stephanie Vacour, although she has recently lost her championship, the New Japan Professional Wrestling Women's Strong Championship to Mercedes Moné at All Elite Forbidden Door. She's recently signed a contract with WWE. It's been inked. It's been penned. It's crazy. But despite the loss, huge talent surrounding her. Absolutely dynamite inside the ring. Don't really want any women's division being represented by anybody short of spectacular. And that's Stephanie Vacour. 1,010%. I love her. Definitely think she's one of the best wrestlers. It's kind of hidden under the radar for the longest time. Obviously, she's the first time on this list, so I can't be like, oh, you guys were hitting her under your radar. You selfish pigs. You guys are bastards. Just kidding. No, I'll be like, because I kind of did it too. Like, what I mean? I should have, kind of witnessed that a little bit more. At number 9, I have the WWE Women's Champion Bayley. Bayley, she's still kicking. She's still kind of kicking. Obviously, Nia Jax is on her tail. It would be a huge shock, absolutely huge shock that Bayley retains the championship at SummerSlam against Nia Jax. SummerSlam is 3 weeks from Saturday at Cleveland Browns Stadium. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be a banger. We're going to have a banger after banger after banger. It's going to be a great match. It's going to be a great match between Nia Jax and Bayley, but you're ultimately going to see Nia Jax, and then maybe a cash in. It's tippy time. Like maybe that would be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. At number 8, I got Willow of Nightingale. Willow of Nightingale, although she recently lost, well, not recently, like about a month ago, lost her TBS championship to Mercedes Moné, is still, she's still kicking. She's still, for proving why she's still a champion. She's a 2-time Owen Hart Cup winner. Obviously, I don't know what happened tonight on Dynamite. Can't wait to watch it. Hopefully she became a 2-time Owen Hart Cup champion. And, she's going to face a timeless Toni Storm at All Elite. No, at All In Wembley Stadium. Hopefully, obviously that's kind of what I want to see. But, honestly, Willow Nightingale at number 8, I have her. Number 7, you have Mariah May. Mariah May makes her debut on this list. Mariah May, she is, I don't want to say she's conniving, because I feel like there was a point between when Mina Shirakawa and the timeless Toni Storm, the AEW World Women's Champion, I feel like she kind of played them against each other. I feel like she kind of leads on more than she pretends she knows, which is classic wrestling, heel. I'm just wondering if she's going to be able to fight her protege, her confidant, her, she's a mother figure, Toni Storm. AEW, establishing this storyline. It's taken a little while. Mariah May is obviously a rising star with All Elite Professional Wrestling. So it would be absolutely no surprise if she wins this match. Also, Willow Nightingale, both of those girls are the future of AEW. But man, Mariah May's killing it. At number 7, I got Mariah May. At number 6, I have the NXT World Women's Champion Roxanne Perez defeating Lola Vice. It did take 4 pop rocks, but at the end, it finally happened. You have Roxanne Perez at number 6. At number 5, you still got to, although she's been kind of, hidden under the radar, kind of keeping it low within the last couple of months after debuting on WWE NXT, have the TNA Knockouts World Champion Jordynne Grace. Jordynne Grace was my number 1 for a pretty long time, but I am finally waiting for her to fight someone who is worth, just who's kind of notable for me to be like, oh, like Jordynne Grace defeated that person. That's pretty awesome. And I'm not saying her loss against Roxanne Perez kind of diminished her credibility or her reputation in terms of professional wrestling, but it, ever since then, she She bounced back. She defeated Tatum Paxley. I think she defeated Ash by Elegance. I'm not too sure if they fought yet, but I want to see more from Jordan Grace. I want to see more for her, but she's had the title for so damn long. She's been so dominant. Much like you see Rhea Ripley, you kind of have that, TNA looking at it as like, dude, okay, and TNA does not have the luxury of two women's championships. They only have one. So like, dude, like, okay, do we really want to have such a huge dominant champion like Jordan Grace? Jordan Grace could perhaps be moving toward, kind of like a ghost role where she fights, she probably loses the championship, but once again, maybe goes on vacation and stuff like that, shows up here and there. I feel like ultimately that would be kind of the right spot for Jordan Grace right now. At number 4, we have Rhea Ripley. Mommy returns on WWE Raw, confronting Dominic Mysterio and his little girlfriend, Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan finally breaks Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio lets the crowd in on his obsession with Liv Morgan. He absolutely loves her. 1,010%. So then you saw, at the end of Raw, you saw them kind of come together, Rhea Ripley and Dom. Dom highly apologizing, trying to buy favorites back with Rhea. But Liv Morgan never put Dominic Mysterio in that position. Dominic Mysterio to Rhea Ripley, he's kind of Rhea Ripley's, kind of B word. In the Liv Morgan relationship, you kind of have him as Daddy Dom. No doubt in my mind, Liv Morgan's kind of, she's going to kind of use this. She's going to javelin this for her to, defeat Rhea Ripley. She still has her rematch clause. If Rhea Ripley loses her rematch clause, she has to start all the way from the bottom. The Liv Revenge Tour moves on. So could that be a possibility? I think 1,010% that could be. At number 2, we have the timeless Toni Storm, the AEW World Champion. She was number 1 about 2 weeks ago, but she's amazing. You can't beat up the timeless Toni Storm. But at number 1, and for the longest time, I was like, dude, this girl will not be number 1 on my list at all. We have Mercedes Moné. Moné talks, baby. Like, man, Mercedes Moné is becoming a heel before your very eyes, ladies and gentlemen. And it's to the point where I was like, at first, I was like, dude, why are they giving her so much? And then she comes out and she's like, oh, I deserve this, I deserve that. And all the crowd was like, yes, yes, you came back from an injury. You deserve that, Mercedes. Broken foot, like, oh my God, we love you in AEW. But then she keeps pandering to the crowd. The crowd's like, oh, yeah, cool. Like, Mercedes, yeah, keep going. And then the third time she does it, you're like, all right, it's getting kind of old. And the fourth time she does it, then you have Britt Baker come back. And even people in the Chicago crowd last week were like, shut the, like they were telling her to shut the F up. It was crazy. It was cool. It was awesome. Love Mercedes Moné now. As a heel, love her. As a babyface, not so much. But as a heel, 1,010% love Mercedes Moné. Well, guys, do not go anywhere. We're going to end it with our 5th and final segment. We have my boy Emran's soccer podcast coming up at 9:30, so we're going to end it, try to, a little quickly, than possibly. So we have our Wednesdays weekly wrestling news. So, hey, do not go anywhere.